Hi guys, so today I'm here with a kind of film wrap up and a kind of combined February and March book wrap up. I kind of was doing 2 readathons within that time, so it is specifically for those, but I have kind of read around it almost, even though the books I'm going to mention were for the readathons, but some I didn't finish during the readathon, but I finished throughout the rest of the months. And yeah, so it's just kind of like a mashup video. Hopefully it doesn't get too confusing. Also, after this video I'm going to have a really cool unboxing, so stay around for that. If you like gaming and stuff, I think you'd enjoy it. So I'm going to start with films, just because I only read 3 and one of them I've got a full-blown review on anyway, so I'm not going to be talking too much about them. Films that I just watched in March, because I don't really watch anything in February. So the first film I watched during March was Deadpool, obviously a new release. It was awesome. I flipping loved it. I've got a whole review on this over on Ninjago, so that'll be in a card or annotation or a link somewhere, so go ahead and watch that. It's a spoilery discussion, so only if you've seen the film would I suggest to watch it. I don't want to spoil it for you if you still haven't watched it yet. I would give that a 5 stars. Then I watched Catfish the movie. I think it came out in 2008, but of late I've been really into watching the TV show, so me and Joey watched that together as well, and it was really awesome. Actually it was quite scary, because obviously we're following Neve and his own experiences with kind of like an online almost relationship, but it was a relationship with this whole family, and it was weird. It was so weird, but there was like an emotion behind it, and it's the sense of forgiveness that Neve could give to this person that was doing this to him, you know, kind of leading him on with all these lies and stuff like that. It was great. Definitely check it out if you like the TV show, or if you're just interested in general. Check it out. I gave that a 5 star as well. And lastly, I don't know if it really counts as a film, but it's Derren Brown's Pushed to the Edge. I gave that another 5 star. I love Derren Brown's stuff. This one was about kind of, it's almost like making someone do something through peer pressure, and how far will that person go until they snap. It was weird and awesome, and so many other things I can't even express in words. Definitely check that out if you're into Derren Brown, or if you're just into kind of the psychology of people and kind of our limits as a species, I suppose. So that's it, that's done for film. Let's go on to books. Before I started any kind of readathon, I was reading Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, which I don't have on me to hand because I've lent it to my cousin Ebony. That was a 4-star read for me, and I do have a video review filmed. I just need to upload it. I really loved the character development. I loved where the story was going, how it started off creepy and stuff. I will say that I was a little bit, not necessarily disappointed, because I did really enjoy it, but I can't think of another word, so yeah, I guess I was kind of disappointed when the horror factor or the magical sense of the story kind of died down after things were explained more and stuff. It just didn't have that air of magic as it did in the first half, but overall I really did enjoy it. You can hear more about my thoughts in that review when it's uploaded. The first readathon I was taking part in was the Underhypedreads readathon, and that's from the last couple of days of February to the first couple of days of March. I can't remember the dates exactly, I think it changes every time. And for that I read Bird Snatch by CJ Cummins and Mark Ryan. This was sent to me by the author to review, so I read it during that because I guess it fit with the theme. I've got so much thoughts about it, and I'm kind of contemplating doing a review or not, but my Goodreads is linked down below because pretty much everything I want to say is in there if you want to read it. Kind of have mixed emotions about it. Basically, the authors are running a series called A Tale Told Twice, so they have like a concept in mind, like a word or whatever, and they go off and make their own stories based on that, and maybe they have certain themes that you need to include and stuff. It sounds really cool, but this one I don't know, I know it's heavily influenced by Bizarro, and because I hadn't read anything really Bizarro before, maybe that's why I wasn't expecting what I got. So I wasn't sure how to feel. I mean, overall it's kind of an interesting concept. I gave it a 2 stars, and as well as the stories each, like the main stories each by both authors, there's 2 smaller stories within that, so the book's filled with kind of novellas, if that makes sense. But no, I'd definitely be interested in trying out the rest of the A Tale Told Twice concept when they do more. But yeah, I just have some mixed feelings about this book at the present time. Yeah, if you want to check out my in-depth thoughts, you know, in case I don't do a video review or whatever, the Goodreads page, well, my Goodreads page is linked down below, and you can just see what I've read. So I finished that for the Underhypedreads readathon. The next book I picked up for that readathon was The Spook's Secret, which is the third book in the Wardstone Chronicles by Joseph Delaney. I didn't finish this for the readathon, unfortunately, but I did get 208 pages in, and I think this is around 450 pages or so. So I mean, I've got a good chunk, almost a halfway point. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. Basically what the Wardstone Chronicles is about a boy called Tom who gets apprenticed to a spook who kind of fights against the dark, and it's a lonely existence. Everyone kind of, well, a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that that's a thing that happens in the world. Quite a few people kind of look the other way or treat them harshly when they're actually doing the county a big favour. But obviously I can't go too much into detail right now about this because it is a third in the series. I think I've been doing book reviews for these as I've read them, so I'm pretty sure I filmed a review for this already, so that'll be up in some time. So look out for that if you want to know more and you've read the series. I ended up finishing that throughout the month, by the way. As I said, I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. Really, really good series. It's middle grade and I love it. So when that readathon ended, the Ayearathon for March began. That was a suspense, horror, thriller, that kind of feel. That was the topic for it. And I decided to pick up Hollow City, which is the second book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series by Ransom Riggs. I did want to mention that yes, I'm aware there's a film out, and I have some thoughts about the trailers and who they've cast. I'll be doing a video maybe nearer the time that it's released. I don't know, just kind of my hopes and fears maybe for the film, I don't know. But I do have some thoughts about stuff. But anyway, obviously this is continuing the events that was happening in the first book, so I can't go too much into the story. But again, I do have a review kind of filmed already, just need to upload it. I gave this one a 4 stars, and I think I gave the first one a 4 stars as well, but as I mentioned in my actual review, this wasn't as good as the first one, but it's still a 4-star book, if that makes sense. Again, I think that was just because it was a lack of magic, because I knew these characters now. It wasn't exciting in that way, but still it was a really good story. It's actually been a really slow reading 2 months for me. I don't know why, I don't know what was going on, but yeah, I felt like I haven't read very much. But when the Ayearathon was over and whatnot, I just decided to do some casual reading, kind of go through some of the books that I had wanted to get done for those readathons but didn't get to. So I ended up picking up The Spook's Battle, which is book 4 in the Wardstone Chronicles by Joseph Delaney. Again, can't go into too much detail about this. I do need to film a video review, I haven't done so yet, I don't believe. Following the same kind of characters, some new characters, some old characters. Really great series, I can't say any more than this. But I gave it a 3-star, which I think I've been giving all the other books in the series a 4-star, so this did dip a little bit, and I will probably explain why when that video comes to you. So I think I only read about 5 books during the past 2 months, which doesn't sound like a lot in comparison to how much I can usually get through, but it is what it is. I don't know what happened. I guess I was just having a time where I didn't really want to read. I was playing lots more games rather than reading and watching a lot more YouTube rather than reading, so obviously, you know, as time went on I didn't see much improvement in what I was reading. Just quickly, what I'm currently reading, aside from my Edgar Allan Poe book and my folklore of British myths and legends, immediately right now currently reading the second book in the Skullduggery Pleasant series, which is Playing with Fire by Derek Landy. My cousin Ebony has been loaning me these books. So far it's kind of slow going for me. I am, let's see, I'm 139 pages in and I think it's about 300 pages, so I mean about a third of the way in. Still kind of slow, so I don't know how I'm going to feel about it when it finishes. Ebony's gonna hate me because she thinks I bashed on the first book, which I didn't. I really enjoyed the first book, but she doesn't seem to think that I did. I might not end up enjoying this one, Ebony, so there's something for you. I don't know. It is slow going at the moment. Anyway, that is it for this video. Sorry if it felt like a bit too much cramped into one video. I kind of wanted to do all of these and I thought I might as well put it into one because they're short on their own, if that makes sense. So yeah, let me know what you've been watching and reading and whatever else you want to tell me in the comments below. I'm open to conversation. I do like a chatter, as you can tell. But for now, I will leave you and I will speak to you some other time, I suppose. Bye!